Hello children, I hope you have received your timetable for your unit test. So for the as per that timetable, we are entering into our revision schedule. This first for revision as of NEET exam is concerned, right? So in your schedule, the last exam you have is your NEET test, right? For that, I am here with your general instructions how to prepare for that NEET exam, right? So first, you have to be very clear with the pattern of the question paper, right? So for physics, you will have 15 questions. Chemistry, you will have 15 questions, and biology, you have 20 questions. So each carry one mark. So totally, you will have the question paper for 15 marks. So you cannot expect all the questions to be choose the best answer. So you can go very well with your intercommunity technique. No, you have to learn well. The question, what type of questions we are going to ask, that we are not going to say, right? So number of questions only we are going to say. In this, what type of questions we are going to ask, that is our choice. That is teacher's choice. So you have to prepare very well, right? So right now, as of these questions are concerned, right? First, you have to know some basic instructions towards the NEET preparation. Whether it is 6th standard, 7th standard or 8th standard. So I have given some tips for preparation of your exams. So let us go with that, right? So now I have joined with one small iconic word. So I have written it as success. SUCCESS. So based on this you can prepare. Whether it is your NEET test or your general any test. If you go by these process, right? So you can be very well thorough towards the NEET test, right? First one, S stands for select a small concept, right? In your book, concept by concept, select one small concept. In a big lesson, select one small concept. That is your first preparation step. Right? In that small concept, however you feel, you have listened to the class, you have written your classworks, you have written your homeworks, right? So you had gone through the concepts, you would have learned it also, right? By your understanding, to your understanding level, you have selected some concept. No, in that concept, underline the important points, what you feel, what your teacher said, all those you underline. Right? Next, what you felt important, what you underline, copy it in one notebook. Right? This is very important stage from your 6th standard, from your lower classes. Whether it is 7th standard and 8th standard children, don't mind whether you have not done it in your previous classes. Now at least you start the process. Right? So you have one separate notebook so that it will be a very good source of learning material even in your higher classes. Right? Copy it in one notebook. Right? Whatever you like. Not as it is without even leaving this and was from your textbook. What you understood, that you write in the notebook. Right? What you copied in that concept, classify the possible questions for that line. Right? What you have written in that notebook, for that you frame the questions. Okay. For example, you had learned the types of forces, right? Gravitational force, strong nuclear force, weak nuclear force, like that. So in that concept, you frame the questions. What are the 4 types of forces? Which is stronger? Which is the weak range force? Which is the strongest force? Which force will act in the nucleus? Like that, you frame so many possible questions, right? So instead of asking for the teacher's help and book's help, guide's help, you frame from this concept, these possible questions can be asked. So you frame whatever may be the possible questions comes to your mind, that you frame, right? As a rough point, you write. No need to write the entire sentence, right? From this, next level you go. Ensure that you have learned all the concepts. So in that you had selected one small concept. No, under that concept, make sure, that is called ensuring. Make sure that every point you have covered in that concept, you have covered all the concepts, all the main points what you have to learn. Right? From now, what which is separated in that different lines are marked, that it is copied, possible questions are framed, and you had ensured what you had learned. Right? Now what you have to learn, you have to summarize the learned concepts. Okay, if this concept comes, all these points must be learned under this. I have learned all these concepts under this heading. This summarizing you can follow any technique. Whether you have a brother or a sister, you can say to them. Or otherwise you can simply close your eyes and recall all the points, or you can write also. It is your well wish. Then, if you are summarizing in this stage, if you have learned properly, you will get doubts. Right? That is your last step. Search for your doubt clarification. This question I had a doubt, where I should clarify. Whether I should ask my neighbors over here, or friends over here, or my teacher, or my parents, or my Google with my hand, fingertips. That is your choice. Once your doubt is clarified and all these steps are followed, I am sure you will get success. I hope you had seen the instructions which I had given towards preparation of NEET exam. So with that continuation, come let us move into the pattern of questions. Pattern in the sense what type of questions can be asked. So as of NEET exam is considered, different types of questions will be asked. We cannot decide what type of questions will be asked. But as of now in 7th standard, let us restrict our questions in these types, right? First one will be the choose the best answer as usual, as you know. Then fill-ups, reason and assertion questions. Don't get confused with this word, I will explain what it is. Then problems, numerical problems. And a group of items or statements will be given. In that you can identify the wrong items. Or wrong items will be given, you can identify the correct answer. I will give you an example for that. Then as usual, true or false as match the right? Now these pattern of questions I will fit into your textbook concepts as and when I explain that to you. Right? Now take your textbook, children. The portions comprises from page number 1 to 9. Okay? So take your textbook. Ready? So first we'll start with page number 2. Right? On page number 2, there is one box with the heading Do You Know? In that, start from the second point. Dash is the smallest planet, that can be asked like that. Or Mercury is the dash planet. That way also you can claim the question, right? Then Jupiter is the largest planet. Mark it with your pencil, not with your pen, right? Alpha Centauri is the nearest star. Sirius is the brightest star. Mark the children. So these questions, don't expect me which will be the question mark, which will be the answer mark. Know the concept. Either Mercury can be the answer or smallest can be the answer. Jupiter can be the answer, largest can be the answer. So you have to be ready with whatever may be the type of question, you have to be ready with the concept. Right? Okay, next point. Under the heading Physics, Technology and Society, start from the second line. Working of heat engines gave rise to what field? Thermodynamics. Say the word thermodynamics. Then wireless communication technology arose from basic laws of electricity and magnetism. Then last line. Silicon chip discovery triggered the computer revolution. Underline those points. Then at the bottom of the page, Sir Isaac Newton was the first to give the definition of force. Then force is the external agency applied on a body. That line. Children, whenever you are learning, I have to give an important tip, right? As I said in the instructions in the beginning of this video, right? When you are learning, as of specially preparing for NEET-oriented examinations, learning is nothing but, don't think that it is nothing but memorizing the concepts. Without understanding the concept, clearing the NEET exam is a very tough job, right? So when you learn, understand it and then learn. For that, prior to the learning of this NEET test, you should have learned the entire lesson. Then only point by point when you are going, it will be easily understandable by you, right? So first conceptual understanding is very important. Then go line by line. Okay? Right. Now we come to the page number 3. There are 4 types of forces, as you know very earlier from your 6th standard. So the definition for each force: gravitational force means first 3 lines. The electromagnetic lines force means first 2 lines. And in that, with these points under the topic electromagnetic force, attraction for unlike charges, repulsion for like charges, and the subsequent paragraphs are important. Then come to the right hand side, there is 4 points given. Mark that also. Questions may be asked on that. Right. Now we come to the next one. The key points there, no children: strong nuclear force binds protons and neutrons. The key points, keywords underline. And weak nuclear force, beta decay. That letter is there, no children, beta. This is called as beta. Beta decay. So that word you underline. Right. Now turn the page. Page number 4. FPS, MKS, SI system. All those explanations. And under each system, what are the units that you have to know. And in the tabular column, under each system, what is the unit for length, what is the unit for mass, and what is the unit for time and charge. All those you have to be very thorough. And SI system, that tabular column. And then the bottommost part of the page, page number 4, each quantity is given, and don't get confused with this much tabular column, what I have to do with this much big tabular column is there. Learn only the quantity and the SI unit. That is first column means this wise, right? Physical quantity and the SI unit. That alone you learn, right? For example, you take frequency. What is the SI unit? Hertz, force, Newton, pressure, Pascal. That alone you learn as of in 7th standard. Okay. Don't think that this is enough for it till your 12th standard. Right. Now you come to page number 5. Page number 5, you underline this word, so the bottommost part. Various instruments like ruler, meter scale, measuring tape. The next 2 words are vernier calipers. Vernier calipers. Can you hear me? Vernier calipers. Screw guards are commonly used. So that you underline. Now come to page 6. The topmost 3 lines. 1 centimeter, 1 meter, 1 kilometer. Right. Now you come to this standards of length. Under that, next to that picture, to the right hand side, meter is defined as the length of path travelled by light in vacuum in one number is given, in that number second. That definition you mark. Then leave 2 paragraphs and there is 1 line. Measuring tape is used for measuring curved as well as straight objects. And one example is also given. Note it down. Right. Now you come to this bottommost page, measuring very small lengths. For that you underline those names, screw gauge and vernier caliper. So for measuring small lengths, we will use those 2 instruments. So remember those names. And this is very important, which is on page number 7. Those are 6 points. 1 angstrom is equal to how many meter? So any number of questions can be asked in this. Now you come to this. Now choose a best answer can be asked from this. 1 angstrom is equal to 10 power minus 10 meter is given there. I can give like 10 power minus 10 centimeter, 10 power 10 millimeter, 10 power 11 meter. Like that, wrong choices will be given. So you have to select. This question can be asked in fill-ups also. Identification of wrong items also, if this questions can be asked. So this question can be asked in any type, right? Now Now you come to the next one. Below that, standard of mass. The definition you mark. Now turn the page. Page number 8. Solar year. Now you come to this too. This question I told you that I will explain. No. Now I will explain that one. See here. Solar year I will mark. Then leap year. Using the leap year I will explain now. Leap year is the year in which month of February has 29 days. If a year is divisible by 4, it is called leap year. You have that statement. So that statement will be given as assertion. So your first question will contain assertion. This statement would have been given. Don't think that this question only is going to come in the test. This is an example only. Okay. Now assertion, this statement will be given. Now one reason will be given. Right? Some statement, for example, Earth will take 14 quarter days each year extra. So that 4 quarters will be added as 1 extra day. So one reason will be given. Now choices will be given like this. Choice 1. Both reason and assertion are correct. Assertion is wrong, reason is correct. That will be your second choice. And third choice. Reason is correct, assertion is wrong. Like that they will interchange and confuse you. So from you have to read both reason, that is assertion, and reason. And you have to choose among the 4 choices given. Whether which reason is correct or assertion is correct. Or only the reason is correct or the assertion is wrong. So you have to select among them. That is how this question will be asked. Clear, children? Don't get confused now. As you see the question paper, you can understand very easily. Okay? Alright, now you come to the next one. That one boxed statement is given about children. Temperature is the measure of degree of hotness or coldness. Very, very important. Right? That Kelvin's definition. Don't think that the number and all will be asked, children. 1 by 273.16. Right now it won't be asked, but you know what is that, right? Now, next one, the most commonly used unit of temperature is degree Celsius. Common temperature is degree Celsius. Standard SI unit is Kelvin. Kelvin, can we say degree Kelvin? No, Kelvin. Celsius means degree Celsius. Fahrenheit is degree Fahrenheit. For Kelvin, no degree. Remember that. Right, next paragraph, you can get ample of questions there. Thermometer is a device to measure temperature. Underline. Cylindrical bulb containing a liquid. Thermometric liquid is there? No. Underline. What are the thermometric liquids? Mercury, alcohol. Underline those words. Right. Last line come here. Markings are calibrated. Calibrated means nothing, so don't get calm. What is this difficult word? Marked over there. That is called, markings is called calibration. It is calibrated in degrees. Okay. Next line. Third line. Last bottommost part, third line. Melting point of pure ice. Boiling point of pure water. See this word, children. Melting point means ice should come. Boiling point means water should come. Don't change. A few children will make this mistake. Melting point of water. Boiling point of ice. Okay, don't use it. Concept may be as per your age, it may be correct, right? But the word match will be very, very long. Ice only will melt, water only will boil. So remember that. Melting point of ice, boiling point of water. Right. Underline those. These 2 points are called reference temperatures. Underline. Lower fixed point, upper fixed point. So lower fixed point is melting point of ice. Upper fixed point is boiling point of water. Right. Next one, we come to this. In the second paragraph, you see, lowest, the Kelvin scale is based on the fact lowest possible temperature is 273.15. Very, very important line. So you cannot remember this line in your life. Below the 0 degree Celsius. Next one, Kelvin is a unit of temperature. Simply add 273. This line cannot be asked as 1 mark question. But based on this, sums can be asked. So this formula, Kelvin is equal, shall I write the formula? So if you have to obtain any temperature in Kelvin, you have to write that temperature, to that you add 273. Okay, so that is the line. We have to simply add 273. That is the line meaning for it. So if whatever temperature given in Celsius, to that you have to add 273. Okay, then C by 5 is equal to F minus 32 by 9. So that formula, based on that some sums will be asked. Okay, right. Now come to this, what are the types of thermometers? The sums and all had been discussed in the class itself. So go to that video and go to your classwork notes and revise it. And what are the two types of thermometer? That you have to revise. Okay. Now one knowledge bank this question is there, that why mercury thermometers are avoided and now why digital thermometers are used. So know it as a concept. Okay children. So revise well, get good marks. Thank you children.